music program holiday concert. It's wonderful to have you all back here. It's been quite some time, as you know, since we've been able to celebrate the season in this way, and so it's just going to be a great night for the students to showcase everything that they've been learning this year. So it's hard to believe that we'd be thinking about air conditioning during the holiday concert, but I guess with the seasons, you can expect the unexpected. So in just a few days here, we're going to be looking for the reindeer up in the sky, right? And we're going to be looking for that special guest, right? That special guest who's Santa, yes, Santa. So we'll all be looking for Santa in a few days, but in the meantime, we have a special guest tonight. I want to introduce you all to an OFHS grad by the name of Airman Dowling. He's here this evening to see his sister in her senior choir concert. She has not seen him in about a year, and so he is going to come on up, Alexis. With your son here. Thank you so much for your service. Absolutely so proud of our OFHS. Really special. I know for all of us that have been missing family over the last year or so, just really a special moment for them. Kind of interesting as he was waiting to surprise her, she was FaceTiming him, so you can definitely tell that they're a close-knit group and just really excited that he's able to be here tonight. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to our symphonic band.
Thank you very much. Those are Symphonic Band. I'm Mr. Roja, band director here, and we've had quite a whirlwind of a day. I'm sure the students have told you throughout the day, but it is awesome that we can honestly perform for you guys in person today. With everything that we've all experienced, it is just, as Ms. Dempsey already mentioned, just so good to be back. And the students have shown just tremendous leadership throughout the day. And to get things started off on the choir side, we have the cadet choir and Miss Pettit from Arbor Park helping us out today. And this is a piece called Tidings of Comfort and Joy.
Can we have a microphone, please?
Soloist Skylar Fannin on that piece. Excellent job, Skylar. Next, not a very good cable here. To switch that up. Next up, we're going to feature our combined band here. And this song is written by a composer that is probably very widely known as probably one of the great American light classical composers. So when classical music started taking this little downturn, orchestras, they needed funding. They needed people of the younger generation to come in and pick up some of the tickets that for these performances that were just not very well populated. And decided to change up the music a little bit. And Leroy Anderson had written a multitude of pieces, many Christmas anthems, of which this is one of them. And if you listen to the Light FM 93.9 with Delilah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When you hear this piece, this is very creatively done. Compilation of many, many Christmas carols, creatively weaved in and out of one another. Challenging in the way of transitions. I don't think we've played a piece that has this many transitions in it. And any musician will tell you those are the most difficult things for ensembles to really lock in with one another. And they're doing a great job. This is Christmas Festival. And next up, we'd like to introduce the senior treble group. And they are going to be performing a piece called Stopping by Woods. And the poet, Robert Frost, had written the text. And the music itself is by Ruth Hartman. Beautiful, beautiful piece. Really listen in for those words. All right, our next piece. I was a little reluctant to play this, but before the days of Elf on the Shelf and all of the other ways of alerting Santa of the behavior, good or bad, of your children. That's me buzzing. There was an old folklore tale, started with the Norsemen, about the Krampus. The old school Elf on the Shelf. If your kid ever heard of the Krampus, it was guaranteed great behavior before the holidays. If you don't know the story of the Krampus, Danny Larson here is about to tell us. Last year, if you recall, during our remote learning days, we had a concert done all through video submissions from the students. And it was probably one of my proudest pieces that we did. And it was a piece that we took. It was called Christmas at the Circus. The kids wrote this dialogue storybook to it. Bella? Phenomenal artist in the back there, illustrated the whole thing. And it was called The Chaos of Christmas. We kind of wrote our own story. This guy narrated it, and he did an excellent job. But this is definitely the 4.0 version of that. Excellent student here. Great academically, phenomenal musically, and more on this kid later. But this is A Christmas Tale.
Nick left behind. But if you've been a bad child, Saint Nick won't be there. Instead comes the Krampus, and then child, beware. Christmas Eve, Krampus will come to your room with his horns and his switch and his eyes full of doom. He'll click his black claws and he'll comb his dark mane, and he'll laugh and he'll scream as he rattles his chains. But if you've been awful, most terribly bad, then worse will await you, young lasses and lads. He'll grab you and stuff you down deep in a sack. He'll take you away, and you'll never come back! Good child, on Christmas you'll find the presents and gifts that Saint Nick left behind. But if you've been bad child, Saint Nick won't be there. Instead comes the Krampus, and then child, beware!
All right, we're going to change the flavor a little bit here, and we've got some Christmas jazz coming out. This is our amazing vocal show ensemble.
following the eye, was following the eye, was following the eye, was following the eye, was following the pack, all swallowed in their coats, with scars of red tied round their throats, to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turned round and there you go, and Michael, you would fall and turn the white snow red as strawberries in the summertime. Following the pack, all swallowed in their coats, with scars of red tied round their throats, to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turned round and there you go, and Michael, you would fall and turn the white snow red as strawberries in the summertime. Following the pack, all swallowed in their coats, with scars of red tied round their throats, to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turned round and there you go, and Michael, you would fall and turn the white snow red as strawberries in the summertime. Special Christmas for me. Da 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 ba da 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 ba da 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 ba da 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 da. Dear sports are dear to my world is filled with cheer and you. Oh.
Now let's hear it one more time for our vocal show ensemble. I really cannot stress it enough. The leadership that these kids in the choir had shown all day today, and to be able to pull off something without their teacher present is just phenomenal. And how many kids just rose to this occasion and made the absolute best of it. And such difficult tunes as well. Speaking of how proud we are, if you guys can go to that second program page, down at the bottom we've got some congratulations. And these are our ILMEA participants. And if you look at that list of students, it is quite large, larger than it's ever been for Oak Forest High School. And that says something about your parenting and the type of kids that you guys have, because there's so many schools that said, I don't feel prepared, I'm not going to do it. These kids auditioned. These kids made it into this very renowned, very tough district ensemble. And ILMEA is comprised of all the Chicagoland area schools. There's probably about 3,000 students that audition for maybe 200 spots. Very difficult to get in, when you, especially when you think of the students that are auditioning are the best kids at the schools. How many great fine arts programs do we have in the city of Chicago and around the area? And if you take a look at these names, we've got some excellent, excellent students. Stephen Belke, Madison Edge, Maggie Garner, Brendan Infante, Ryan Conjo, Danny Larson, Mayweather Shorter, and Destiny Skelman. Beyond that, now they're taking the students that are probably in the most difficult district of Illinois, and they're making an all-state group out of it. And not one, not two, but 3 students made it into that group. That's Maggie Garner, Brendan Infante, and Destiny Skelnick. And during the same conference, ILMEA hosts a future music education seminar. And it's in Peoria, where they feature all the great bands of the Illinois area schools. And they also have these master classes, clinics with directors answering questions, kind of helping students navigate their way through the whole music education process. And it's strictly for students interested in music education. And this particular young lady has truly helped out immensely earlier today. She's not with us right now, but that is Madison Edge. So if you guys know her, make sure to thank her. And as always, there's a lot of schools that are still doing remote concerts, if you can believe that. And there's a lot of schools that are really, really struggling to get their programs back together. And without the support of our school administration, we wouldn't be sitting in this room. There's schools in our district that are doing a remote holiday concert. And the leadership that our school administrators have shown has been truly phenomenal. We're grateful as music teachers. Hopefully the students are grateful. It's a lot easier learning music in a situation like this. So thank you very much, Ms. Dempsey. Mr. Boniface, I know he's floating around here. And our supervisor, Jen Reed, fine arts supervisor, sitting over there. It is not easy, and there was a lot of competition and price hikes and everything else when it came to the personal protection equipment that we needed to get things again started, and our district was the first ones to respond. So very, very grateful. Next up, Jazz Ensemble. They're going to play a few songs for you, and we're going to feature a couple of soloists as well, and I'll just move on over there. You guys want to take a quick tuning note when we're...
AA students. Excellent job, students. All right, so we're going to move on with another great Christmas classic. This is Christmas Time is Here. We got one additional soloist on that. Mr. Beal, making huge strides this year on trumpet soloist. Ivan Carell right there on trumpet. Nicholas Zavala on alto sax. And this guy, Danny Larson, on trombone. Last week we had magical singing happening in the cafeteria, and these kids worked like crazy from like 4 o'clock till about 8, 9 o'clock at night, every day of the week and over the weekend. This girl, battling it all. Maggie Garner, she's been protecting herself this past couple of days because she's definitely feeling the strain of overwork last week. Phenomenal singer. And we're going to feature her on the side, so have yourself a Merry Little Christmas. You guys can sing like that after a week like she had last week. That's awesome. What's wrong? Maggie, nice job. You know the title is. tenor sax.
Singing with naturalists. This fine group is of the National Choir. Singing Noel, Noel, Noel. And which number is this?
Angel Gabriel.
Angel Gabriel. Oh, okay.
Unto us a child is born, Noel, Noel, Noel. Celebrate this Christmas morn, Noel, Noel, Noel. Come ye peoples and rejoice, Noel, Noel, Noel. Sing we now with heart and voice, Noel, Noel, Noel. Tell the news both far and wide, Noel, Noel, Noel. Sing it o'er the countryside, Noel, Noel, Noel. Come ye merry people, come, Noel, Noel, Noel. Play the pipes and play the drum, Noel, Noel, Noel. All the steeple bells will chime, ding, ding, dong, da, ding, a, ding, dong. Sing we now this Christmas time, Noel, Noel, Noel. Come ye people, sing and play, la, 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 la. Dance with us, be glad today. Noel, Noel, Noel. Angel Gabriel from heaven came. His wings as drifted snow, his eyes as flame. All hail, said he, the Holy Mary.
Beautiful job, Madrigal Singers. How many of you guys attended the Madrigal dinner Madrigal performance this past weekend? Yes. If you haven't done it, please make sure that you do that in the future. It is truly a phenomenal night, and there's so much work that goes into the pieces that they sing. Next up is going to be our concert choir. Singing a piece from Nightmare Before Christmas. This is Making Christmas. All right, we are going to bring Christmas in with some loud percussion instruments and spoons, kitchen spoons. If we can get our spoon students up here. This is called Celtic Carol, and it's kind of a Irish twist on some Christmas music. We've got a soloist, Sarah Martin, up here on flute, starting us off, and a terrific percussion section finishing this up. All right, we are going to finish with one more number. But I will tell you, thankfully, we've made it to this point in our school year. And we've been appreciating every little bit of time that we've had, especially after the past 2 years. And I'll tell you, music's been around since the start of mankind, and it constantly evolves into more and more complexities with ensemble parts that are just so transparent and compiled with all these other different unique families of instruments, and especially in like the classical realm of these ensemble programs here at the high school. And we truly appreciate what music offers our students, because it's not just about learning an instrument. Music truly teaches you to listen to one another, to work with one another, blending everybody's individual ideas, interpretations into one cohesive idea and outcome. It's so much more than just playing an instrument. And schools, secondary schools, are now looking at music as such an important factor in the education process. So many colleges are now seeking music students, four-year music students, for those scholarships, because they know how much time and dedication these kids give to their school every single year. And I know I speak for Mr. Pazik. Thank you, parents, because I know how much of a pain it is to sometimes drop them off at crazy hours of the day. Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, it is not the Krampus. This is Mr. Claus, which means there's been some good people here. Mr. Claus, any special announcements for our delightful crowd?
I would just like to say Merry Christmas! I hope you all have been very good little boys and girls, because I was scared of the Krampus earlier. So, boys and girls, after the conclusion of our concert, I will have candy canes for the kiddies. Great job today, Bengals! Give them a round of applause.
Thank you so much, Santa. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to finish this off with Hallelujah Chorus. If you wouldn't mind rising to your feet, if you know the words to this phenomenal song, please sing along with us. Traditionally, we like to end all our concerts with this great piece. Hallelujah Chorus. Thank you so much for everything you do, and happy holidays.